Okay, this is the beginning of getting our wicking bed in order. The first one. We've got the beginnings of a second one over here, and the very stark beginnings of a third one just beyond that. So today, Brendan, hi Brendan,
Hey.
and I will be putting this together. All we've gotten so far is just the concrete brick frame put in, and this will give us an inside of 4 foot by 8 foot. And the first thing we're going to do, which I have to put the camera down, and we do, and then I'll show you a picture, will be to line this with heavy plastic sheeting to give a base for the water reservoir on the bottom, and then the soil on the top for planting. Okay, we wrestled the plastic, and I think that we have a piece more than big enough. And now we are going to form fit it into the frame and see how good we do. Drilling holes in the PVC now for water to escape the PVC that will run along the bottom of the water reservoir. And we do them about every 4 inches across the top and then across each side. Okay, I was just running the hose in here. This is how the PVC sets up, and the PVC has holes all along the bottom. Now again, this is 4 feet wide, and we did holes down the top and along each side of the PVC, just regular size drill bit holes, no biggie. I just wanted to point out to you that on the outside of one edge, it can be any of the 4 edges you want, you need to drill a hole through the frame and put in a PVC drain. And the purpose for that is, and we don't have the hole cut in the plastic for the drain on this side, but the purpose of that is that the rock will come up to that height to hold the wire mesh above it, and on top of the wire mesh goes the agriculture cloth, which is landscape cloth. That's a tongue twister. And then the soil on top of that. And when you're doing, and it just fell over here, when you're doing your water into the PVC pipe, what will happen is that it will fill up to the point where this drain will start to pour water, telling you, okay, it's at this height, that's enough, don't put any more in, and we're golden. And then about once a week, you need to come out and pour more water into the PVC to refill the reservoir. Now, Brendan is out getting me the first wheelbarrow of rock that's going to go in this. What we did was we took off the top course of brick and wrapped the plastic over it, and then put the brick back down to help hold it to the right height, because above that will be a little bit of soil, but it's okay if that soil touches the bricks. That's no biggie. This is just to make sure, and the water isn't going to go this high. That's about 2 bricks. The water is going to go about 1.5 bricks high. So this will be covering where the soil starts. We put a couple of flat stones on that end over there to prop it up, because this actually is on a very slightly sloping ground, and I didn't check the level of it, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that this PVC is level so that the water will equally distribute throughout all of the holes. And I've got the hose in there, filling it up as we continue to check the water coming out of the little holes. And here we are. Brendan has brought us another wheelbarrow of rocks to continue filling this. Now, these rocks have to go up quite a ways, so it's going to take a lot. In fact, I might not even have enough to be able to finish it today. And it's important because the rock will be holding up this wire mesh, and that is just like very, very stiff, firm screening so that the water can go through it, but it will hold the weight of the soil on top of it. And then this is the agriculture cloth that will go on top of the screening before we put the soil in. Big job. Okay, we're going with an alternate plan here. We kept shoveling in these little bitty rocks like these here, and shoveling and shoveling and shoveling and shoveling. And in the meantime, I was filling it with water just to make sure that all the little water things were still working and they weren't getting plugged. Well then, because the rocks are dirty, the water is brown, and we can't see where the rocks are higher and lower, and I don't want to get in there and wade around in bare feet. So I used a rake and very, very gently tried to smooth out the small rock, and then decided that putting in bricks to support this metal mesh might be a good idea. So because I was going to end up running out of my pile of little rock and having to order more. So we just placed all of these. Now we're going to unroll this metal mesh, and we're going to cut in one end. This is already cut 4x8, which is what the center is. But we're going to have to cut around where this little PVC goes. So we'll make that little snippet, and we'll put the wire mesh in, and then the landscaper cloth over it, and you'll get to see the next step. Okay, there's the drain pipe coming out the outside. It needs to be silicone glued, one or the other or both, on both sides. And there's on the inside there. And there you see it on the inside. Now the mesh has gone in and it's lying on these bricks. We're going to fill in a little bit more of the small rock right here in this corner, because the bricks that are in there have to come up to the height of the top of the drain pipe. And that way it will be covered with the mesh and the ag cloth and be below the surface of the dirt to drain off the excess water. Okay, that's the next step. Well, this is today's stopping point because I made a boo-boo. I took off the top course of block so that I could put the ag cloth underneath it to help hold. But in testing, what we found out was that, let me see if I can zoom in right there. We put some water on top of it, and this cloth does not wick water through it. Whoops, there's my scissors. So we're going to take this cloth off. I just spent like 650 pesos on this roll of 4 foot wide by 100 foot long, and it is landscaper's cloth, which does not permeate water. Now I have to go shopping for a kind of a cloth that does let the water through. Anyway, okay, we're at a stopping point for today. Got to go with the flow. These things happen.